Good afternoon, everybody. This is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading. I hope everybody's having a good morning. Monday morning, it was 27 degrees when I woke this morning. I received this link from a targeted person through a link, and I found this YouTube channel. This is a really important report. It's 13 minutes long. I highly recommend you subscribe to this Avant-Garde 1611. He wrote a book. And I enjoyed this video because of the psychological breakdown personality of law enforcement. So here we go, folks.
You are driving down the road, not exceeding the speed limit, obeying all the traffic laws, and suddenly there's bright, multicolored flashing lights in your rearview mirror. How does that make you feel? Safe or frightened? If you are honest with yourself, you will acknowledge that police are a menace to any peaceful society. The essential truth about police is that they represent government, which is a disease masquerading as its own cure. Positioned at the lowest level of the satanic pyramid of human control are the police. These are the base-level functionaries which the upper-level elites have installed and empowered by illegitimate civil decrees to force the will of the few upon the many. Police provide a useful and needed service for a community. But in today's pre-dictatorial police state America, more often they are a hindrance and menace to a peace-loving people. The truth about police finally needs to be told, and boldly, courageously made known to the public. A true servant of Jesus Christ does not fear the wicked, but knows that it is the wicked who fear the righteous. Proverb 24:23. It is not good to have respect of persons in judgment. Psalm 40, verse 4. Blessed is that man that maketh the Lord his trust, and respecteth not the proud, nor such as turn aside to lies. Proverb 28, verse 4. They that forsake the law praise the wicked, but such as keep the law contend with them. As William Tyndale once stated, resistance to tyrants is obedience to God. Soul Esprit. The foregoing topic is further discussed in my book, The Criminal Fraternity, Servants of the Lie. Those who have had encounters with the beast government will resonate with my expressed sentiments. Those that have not yet savored the experience should reserve their judgment of the following dissertation until such inevitable time when they, too, will have something to talk about. Unless you have actually experienced it yourself, you have no idea of just how evil human government truly is.
As targeted people, we know how evil this program is. We also know who the individuals are that are involved: the community stalkers, InfraGard, the FBI fusion centers creating the false narrative, all the community watch groups, the Masonic lodges, some religious churches, some organizations, and your neighbors, your family and friends are co-opted because a shiny badge shows up on their porch. Just as it happened in Manalapan, New Jersey, at the house I lived at for 30 years. I saw a bunch of thugs across the street going door to door, but nobody came to my house. And they were probably spreading the national security letters saying that I was some kind of a threat. But let's continue.
John 8:44 states that Satan is a liar and a deceiver, and there is no truth in him. He is known as the father of lies, and all his spiritual progeny likewise share his traits. That is, they too are liars. The Bible further tells us that unrighteous, illegitimate human governments of the world are the providence of Satan's rulership. Luke chapter 4, verses 5 and 6. Therefore, all who function within human civil government are under his purview. A further observation is found in Proverb 12:20. Deceit is in the heart, of them that imagine evil. Representatives of human government will imagine evil of you, even though you are innocent of any crime. But God's word says that the reason why they imagine evil of you is because they are deceitful. While the steroid-pumped cops think they are champions of truth and justice, it's better to see them for what they truly are: programmed, mind-controlled puppets fronting for their sulfuric master Satan. They are society's misfits, the boy or girl in high school who suffered from feelings of inferiority and impotent rage. They sought to affiliate with something that would give them a sense of substance and efficacy while serving as a cover for their aberration, and thus afford them a safe platform from which to vent their psychopathology. They were delegated authority for which they had done nothing to merit, and their character reflects that lack of integrity. Police perceive themselves as protectors, avengers, representatives of the truth and lofty ideals. But that is only their delusional self-assessment, for in reality they are common criminals who found a convenient niche in which to satisfy their pathological needs, and while circumventing the corrupt system of injustice by becoming synonymous with it. A policeman or other government official's interest in you is solely predicated upon your ability to satisfy their psychopathic, sociopathic, and monetary needs. They want your money.
That's right.
Their indwelling demons want your soul.
They're thieves.
They wish to extort your money while exerting power and control over you, which they call the law, or following orders. When being intimidated by the police, it is imperative to always keep in mind who it is that you are dealing with. Remember, the reason why they became a policeman, policewoman, or other functionary of the Fraternity of Legal Criminals was to be delegated authority and granted a position that would provide them a convenient, socially acceptable outlet
Who is that
for their
young man?
psychopathology. Amoral cowards
Looks
believe
familiar,
the only
folks?
way to beat the tyrannical system and be protected from it is to become part of it.
Not that one. We know
This
who that
may
is.
explain the motivation of some of those employed within the beast government. Individuals who chose to avoid persecution by legalized criminality when becoming synonymous with it. Such have a spiritual affinity for evil and seek association with a legalized body reflecting their own corrupt spiritual nature. Despite the carefully crafted propaganda of the Illuminati-owned media, seductively portraying police as society's heroes and protectors, reference 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verses 14 and 15, rather than as the dangerous psychopaths that they actually are, occasionally there is an inadvertent leak in the media blackout that allows some truth to escape, a tiny sliver of light that illuminates the dark recesses of the controlled media's carefully crafted cover-up. Although such penetration of the news censor rarely occurs, and when it does, it is quickly stricken from the public record and omitted from subsequent news reports, the sudden disclosure of the true character of these socially acceptable criminals evokes in the mind of the undiscerning public a sense of incongruence and denial. Those functioning within government at all levels, from lowly desk clerks, jailers, and correction officers, to local, state, and federal police, etc., to attorneys, judges, and politicians, are among the most psychologically aberrant members of any society. Certain individuals tend to gravitate toward government jobs or positions of public service, i.e., government control, as a convenient and safe venue in which to enact their psychopathology.
Yes.
I always found it interesting how they regard everyone else with malicious contempt, suspicion, imagining wrongdoing, when in fact it is they who are the transgressors of the laws of God.
Yes, it's a projection.
Deceit is in the heart of them that imagine evil. Proverb 12:20.
Thank you.
The Bible refers to such people as contemptible, base, vile, deceitful, liars. One feels dirty and unclean just being in proximity to them. Personally, it usually requires about a week for me to recover from the dreadful encounter. The following is irrefutable scripture to prove these assertions. Proverb 18:3. When the wicked cometh, then cometh also contempt. Daniel 4:17. That the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basest of men. Psalm 12:8. The wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted. Psalm 62:9. Men of high degree are a lie. Their spiritual heritage is also clearly demarcated in John 8:44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar, and the father of it. Satan is also known as the father of lies. Hence his servants, the criminal fraternity, are servants of the lie. Psalm 58:3 states that they are pathological liars from birth. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Satan is also known by the appellations serpent and great red dragon. Therefore, his criminal fraternity brood of offspring are the spiritual lineage of a cold-blooded reptile. Punishment and the implicit threat of death are the foundational basis upon which the entire system of human civil government operates, thus demonstrating that the criminal fraternity is indeed of the devil. Electing law enforcement as a career choice allows the criminally insane a socially acceptable setting to vent their psychopathology. Their job fulfills the needs of a dysfunctional personality to control and physically overpower defenseless others. It also provides them with a ready-made image and status, engendering respect and even admiration from the intimidated, dumbed-down TV program masses. Please note that psychologically healthy people have no such desire to exert power and control over others.
Boom!
Poorly educated, intellectually and emotionally stunted, a cop in uniform is the perfect choice of their Illuminati overlords who require unquestioning warm bodies to pull the trigger. A not-too-bright thug is preferable to an introspective public servant with a conscience, one who might reflect upon the abuses of authority to which the typical gun-toting cop is accustomed. Policemen and policewomen are selected on the basis of their psychological pathology, not on the basis of moral conscience. Police routinely falsely accuse suspects, and in the guiltless mind of the typical law enforcement officer, everyone is guilty until proven innocent, or until they can pay enough money to the court extortion racketeering syndicate to afford justice. Peace officers are known to brutally assault and even murder innocent citizens. One need only recall the Rodney King incident, videotaped by a pedestrian, in which a gang of policemen with clubs pummeled an innocent man almost to death. The murderous band was subsequently acquitted by their fellow Brotherhood and Freemasons in a sham trial that resulted in the Los Angeles riots. This attempted murder was by no means atypical of the police. It was not a rogue, isolated incident as portrayed by the controlled media. Rather, it was representative of routine police criminal behavior. Many hundreds of thousands of similar incidents occur every year in America, yet rarely do they reach the mainstream press or are documented on videotape for public exposure. In the King situation, the presence of a camera-ready onlooker was fortuitous. Regrettably, every day, all across the nation, innocent people are similarly maimed or murdered by the police, who seldom bear the legal consequences for their actions. Even though they are caught on someone's cell phone camera, the blue wall of silence is a formidable obstacle.
Okay, folks, his video ended there at 13. I hope everybody's having a good day. Just wanted to post that before I get started here. Let me just turn this off because we don't want these advertisements here. So, folks, I hope this video resonates with you, like, comment, share if you feel inclined to do so. This YouTube creator wrote a book on the topic, and he is psychologically analyzing the police profession and police officers and why they would select such a job. Now, we can look historically that pedophiles tend to find themselves in positions where they are in close proximity to children. They might be a janitor in a school. They might be a teacher. Now, this is not about all teachers. This is not about that. They may apply to be a babysitter. All kinds of, all kinds of things. And no, not all babysitters are pedophiles. We're talking about the individuals who want to be close to children and select the areas that they can work to be in close proximity. So with regard to the police, if they are venting their psychological aberrations, what better career path than the plausible deniability, the impunity? They can get to do whatever they want to do and not get penalized for it. Although some of them do go to prison, but nobody ever hears about that. But if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to link them down below. I know that many targeted people have been harassed by police. You can look at my former videos. Just last week, I posted a video on a chief of police who targeted his own police officer. And then you could see a gang of cops on my driveway at 52 Sutton Drive in Manalapan, New Jersey, along with a Tina Booth that broke into my house to discredit me for filing a police report. They needed to discredit me so they can place me on a watch list and get lots of money, get a promotion, get lots of money. Like all the money they stole from my house with the use of other people. Of course, when I wasn't home, there were a gang of police officers going into my house. It is very clear that the type of tool utilized to break into my deadbolts was not your usual drug abuser. This was a carefully orchestrated, criminally minded, well-orchestrated event by somebody in the know, somebody with law enforcement or a military background. So I'm going to sign off for now, get some chores done here. The temperature is heating up just a little bit. So again, this is, oh no.